The following video is brought to you by the guys at the Wrecking and Racing Podcast, a NASCAR podcast made by the fans for the fans. Check them out at www.wreckingandracing.com, facebook.com/wreckingandracing, and Twitter at Wrecking and Racing. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. And when we last left off, we went to Dubai, and Falco ended up in Falco style. Ended up crashing out, getting us 0 points, finishing dead last, but Enrica finished on the podium, so some points were had, and now we head to the United Kingdom for Guilford, where there is a very high tire wear, so we're definitely going to be racing on the mediums, qualifying on the softs. Top speed, high-speed corners, and acceleration, and as in true England, it's probably going to rain during the race, which is all well and good. Car repair will be done. Let's make sure that we repair all of our parts, and we got a sponsor available. So 5th, 6th, or 8th. So 10 races, $8 million. Or if we can do 6th or above, that's an upfront payment, and then $650,000 for 7 races. That gives us a 3-race bump. I think I like that one. I like the upfront payment, and I like 6th or above. 5th or above might be stretching it. I think 6th is basically where we can run comfortably. And 650 grand isn't too awful bad. So we'll accept that offer and confirm that. We're back over 10 million. So how many races we lose? About 2 million per race. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 races to go. So we need about 16 million to finish out the season. And we have sponsors coming up there. And then in 3 races time, we've got 2 sponsors coming up there. So I think we can afford to build one more part. We've got great engine knowledge, and engine is going to be where we need the most help. I think it's the most expensive, of course. So we will go with the reliability plus 15 to start out. The top speed, let's see, 15 to max plus 20. That puts us at 843 versus an 838. So we'll build that engine. And then minus 20 to max, top speed plus 40. So we basically gain 20. Or top speed plus 50 on softs, supers, and ultras. Or top speed plus 40, reliability minus 10 during the race. I mean, that would be amazing for race conditions. And if we can build up that reliability, I mean, we couldn't shave. So basically, I'm wondering, is 10% shaved off 40 for the performance, or do we just go plus 20 everywhere? Or plus 50 on softs, supers, and ultras. That should be qualifying and the race. And we really don't race in the rain all too often. I think I'm going to be greedy and take that plus 50 on softs, supers, and ultras. So $1.4 million. I'm sure we're going to get a letter pretty soon that says, hey, you are flushing your money down the toilet. But that's fine. That is fine indeed. Let's continue working on that engine. And for the time being, that engine should be fine. We need to work on the performance of our gearboxes. So let's go there, and I mean, top off our spoiler, but really we're working on reliability for sure. So an 86 reliability on that seems pretty low, an 84 right there. And then we'll go 86 and 86, and then the 91. And then just focus solely on repair. That's 6 days before the race. We can actually repair up even more stuff, which I like. All right, car repair is done. The bigger picture, what about it? We rarely speak one-to-one, but from the little time we spent, I can already tell you're a decent, well-intentioned manager. The press are spreading vicious, nonsensical rumors that we're running something called an offshore slush fund. Obviously, it's pure nonsense. Team marketability and voting power. No, let's do Chairman Happiness because, you know, we need marketability for the good sponsors, and I don't care about vote. So, yeah, it doesn't sound too preposterous. Maybe you are running an offshore slush fund, good sir. All right, points for the top 8 vote. So instead of the top 6, it's the top 8. And I think we are going to, vote against, but we're going to just use 1 voting power, I think, to vote against. Just to make sure that that goes through. Because I think we can consistently finish in the top. Oh, wow. It's approved. So it looks like top 8 starts getting points. So that means next year the points may start getting tighter because more cars are going to get points, which might not be good in our favor, all things considered. All right, so this Friday, the reliability work is done. Pause it. All right, reliability work complete. So let's focus on some other part improvements like the brakes there. I don't want to focus on the engine too much because that other engine is going to come out and we want to focus solely on that. I think we can go with the 90 and the 92. 4 days after the race, let's just build all those up so we can shave like mad is the ultimate goal. The GT Challenger Series ran in Milan, Italy. Good job, Mitsuki Naito. Awesome. All right, we are heading to Guilford. So I will go ahead and do the thing I always do. Let's see, nothing about the chance of rain, huh? All right, so we'll do 6 or above, 650 grand. I think that's fine. Parts should be fitted and pretty decent. 746 and the 705. Yeah, the 792. Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good, and that is good. All right, I'll go ahead and practice and qualify and see you for the race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Guilford, and as you can see, we qualified in 3rd and 4th on those soft tires, and looky here what the weather forecast shows. About lap 5, 4 or 5, the rain is going to come. Water is going to start getting on the track. I don't know how bad it is going to be. Once we get a few laps into it, we'll see. But it definitely looks like intermediates are going to be needed around lap 5. So, you know, I kind of want to push one of them just in case. We could push Falco just a little bit. We'll keep Enrica on neutral, and then we'll pit Falco first. And see exactly what kind of tires we need. If the rain starts to go away, then we'll change to our mediums, and then Enrica can, you know, sort of play off of that. But if the rain looks to be picking up after lap 6, then we may even go with the wets. So we'll have to see. It'll be an interesting race for sure. But rain is in the forecast, so we can't get too comfortable. 10 laps, so this is a 2 pit stop race for sure. We just sort of need to time it to where we can pit when this rain decides to come. So there we go, nice and easy, 3rd and 4th. We'll ride right behind the 2 purple Hammer cars. Those cars are, you know, championship contenders for sure, so to be running 3rd and 4th to them is pretty outstanding. I think next year we'll have a really good shot at it, but as of now, our drivers need to learn to stop giving up the bottom. I mean, that's going to be a thing. All right, so the rain is definitely going to increase. So let's go ahead and push Falco as high as he can on attack. We'll push Enrica a little bit harder as well because we're going to be getting off of these tires quick, fast, and in a hurry. And it's going to happen fairly quickly. And it looks like rain tires might be the way to go. The rain is going to continue to increase, it looks like. So we can probably go around one more time. I don't know if everyone else is going to be pitting this lap, but it looks to be that next time by we'll definitely have to pit Falco since Falco is pushing the hardest. Then Enrica and rain tires are going to be the name of the game. So Falco, next time by, go ahead and pit. And we want to get wet tires on. Yeah, the track is going to get completely soaked. Might as well top off on fuel. It'll be a nice quick pit stop. And then we'll just go ahead and tell Enrica to push as well, get everything out of these soft tires as we can. And Enrica may start sliding back just a bit because it's going to start getting wet. It's going to be hard to get the hammer down. I know you want to come in for enters, but we've got bigger plans for you. We're coming in for rains. Right, there goes Enrica on by. Everyone is pitting. Enrica, you will come in for wets. And just a nice 2 lap of fuel. And so you don't back it into the wall, we'll just do a neutral drive for now. And hopefully she can make it back. So a good pit stop for Falco. We'll go ahead and go back to a neutral run here while we can. Enrica is going to be pitting this time, and it looks like the other teams are on our strategy as well. You don't need to pit for intermediates because, and I mean, everyone else did too, which is interesting. We will be in the catbird seat, I think, on these wet tires, especially as the weather starts to get really, really bad here. So Enrica out in 9th and 10th, 18 laps to go, and the track will become soaked. I mean, we will be in wets category before we know it. And, I mean, these guys on inters are going to be making passes for the next lap or so. And when they pit, we're just going to stay on out. Now, this has bit me in the past where if the track wasn't wet enough, the wet tires were actually like 2 or 3 seconds slower. All right, so looks like we can push the wets a bit, because we may be coming down for enters after, say, lap 12. So in just a few more laps' time, we're going to be back on pit road again. The question is, do we go intermediates on our next stop, or do we try something else? Now, these wet tires should really come into play here. Enrica should be able to really hunt down these guys. And I think Falco as well. Because, yeah, the intermediate tires are really starting to give up. Enrica is going to start making some passes here. We're going to have 3 or 4 really good laps where Enrica can do the work here on those wet tires. Don't let him by. Get around him, Enrica. Hit the go button. That's what I'm talking about. So it looks like we set up well for the wets. And then it is going to drop dramatically. So it doesn't look like intermediates are going to be our next tire choice. It's going to be mediums for the tire wear, assuming the rain doesn't come back. But yeah, Enrica is going to look, and Falco both, are going to look like a hero on this soaked racetrack. There she goes, making up spots left and right like it's her job. That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad the track got soaked enough that we could really do this. I mean, Enrica is making mincemeat out of these poor fools, but only for a few more laps. That's going to be the kicker. Everyone else is going to be pitting for slicks as well, I would imagine. But everyone else is just running their intermediates to the cords. But Enrica has made up all of that ground that she's lost. She's clicking off some very fast laps. And I think after 2 more times, she can pit for those medium tires. I know you're going through, but guess what, Enrica, or Falco? You won't need them in a few laps. We will be off of these like a dirty shirt. That's not how I would have done it, but you got away with it. All right, so there goes Enrica. Now the track is going to start getting dry. It'll be a handful for a lap or 2. But then the medium tires will come into play, and we're going to start to see these tires equalize a bit. So Enrica can go ahead and let's just have Falco pit next time by. Now let's make Enrica pit next time by. And then the track should be dry enough for these medium tires to really kick in. And that is going to be right at the cusp of pit strategy of our fuel window. Enrica, what are you doing? You could have went around them easily, but this is where the wet tires are going to start backing up. We need to get Enrica on pit road as soon as possible here. I know you can't get by him. See, this is nuts. Look how much time I'm losing here. I think overall it was a net gain, but it is still very painful. All right, so there goes Falco. He's going to have to pit for his mediums. 10 laps in the tank. Actually, we could probably drop a lap off of that and go 9 laps. Try to save a second here, because that transition is going to be painful. All right, so Enrica, go ahead and go neutral. Maintain your tires, because it looks like this is our last time on pit road, period. I mean, that's going to be pretty intense indeed. So Enrica is the first car on medium tires, and I like the look of that. There goes Falco. Push as hard as you can here, Falco. Go back to neutral, get on pit road, get your medium tires. And fill up, please. All right, down and away. So I think that's our strategy. That is where we are going to sit. The track will dry off. We'll start gaining some grip. We need to make sure that these tires can indeed last. So it looks like Hume has decided to go with the soft tire strategy, which is interesting indeed. Now, are we close enough to get the undercut here? Here goes Enrica down by everybody. Enrica up into 4th, and she is surrounded by some medium tires here, which is okay. Falco in 11th. Virtual safety car. No. We are not going to come in for the virtual safety car, but tell you what, go ahead and really go low. And with about 10 seconds to go, I'll boost them up. We'll save as much fuel and tires as we can here. Now, will the leader pit? The leader shouldn't. No, the leader is going on by. All right, 12 seconds. Go ahead and go medium and medium. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Down and away. We're back up to speed, and Enrica is in 3rd. Track will remain dry the rest of the race, which is good. We probably could push our... No, I mean, our parts are looking a little bit shoddy. Block as much as you can, Enrica. 6 laps to go, 6.3 in the tank. So we don't need to really push with Enrica. Now, 6 is the sponsor objective, and that's what we're going for. Hopefully Falco can reel in some of these guys. So as long as Enrica can maintain where she's at, we should be fine. That'll be our last pit stop of the day. I wonder if, say, Hume is going to pit again, which will be interesting indeed. These guys on mediums are on our strategy. We basically called exactly what we needed to call. So 4 laps to go, 4.5 in the tank. Let's push a little bit here, because I think our tires can last for 68%, and Enrica set herself up for a terrible crossover, but she made the pass work. So 3 laps to go, 65% on the tires. I don't know how much we chew up as far as the track goes, but Enrica is going to try to get herself another podium. Falco's playing catch-up with this group. Unfortunately, we couldn't pit them together, and that extra time on wets really took away Falco. All right, 2 laps to go. Push everything you got. You won't have engine problems soon, I promise. We need to get a podium, as many points as we can. We could probably actually turn Falco. No, I don't want to turn Falco up yet. We'll turn him up now. Let's go high. Chew through the tires. We've got excess fuel. You know what, Enrica? Overtake. Give me everything you got. Get that next podium, girl. Second is having some issues. Don't let him by, Enrica. Get it. 5th? You have got to be kidding me. We lost 2 spots right at the finish line. We're still in the sponsor objective, but that's why I don't go for 3rd, because crap like that happens. And of course, the purple people eaters are 1st and 4th, but we could have got another podium out of that, but Enrica didn't put her foot to the floor, which is a shame. I mean, we did get some points. Points are good. But the rain sort of set everyone's strategy in stone. If we could have made soft tires last, that might have been a thing, but I practiced on the mediums. I got the bonus on the mediums. maybe someone in front of us cheated. That's always a thing. Nope. Lissandro with hammer, of course, gets the fastest lap bonus. So, yeah, purple people eaters are walking away with this championship now. Enrica, 40 points. I mean, it's a spirited battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And 62 points back, 10 points ahead of Dogtooth. But, I mean, within shouting distance of Spartan. So we're not that bad, all things considered, considering where our car is. So it looks like we're at 100% morale for Enrica and Falco. I mean, that's all good. Of course, Thomas is, oh, well, 0.03 marketability, but I mean, he's not unhappy. So that is that. We fulfilled both sponsor objectives. So, you know, we saved over $500,000 there, which definitely adds up over the course of the season. When we're doing 8 races, that's, you know, $4 million saved for sure. So let's go ahead and get in this auto save and see where we are heading next time. Singapore is our next race. High tire wear with a very high fuel burn, and it is a city course. No rain in the forecast though, so it looks like we're going to be practicing on softs and getting the super softs ready to go. Our engine may prove fruitful whenever we can get on soft and super soft tires. I mean, could be a thing. Let's go ahead and look at our mail here. Car condition upgrade, interview with the Motorsport, Falco, but really I think it's Enrica. Pit crew review, no mistakes, and a hard-fought win for Bergman. But that is going to do it for me in this episode of Motorsport Manager. Ladies and gentlemen, like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you for round 8 of Singapore. We are now halfway through this season, and we've got a big hill to climb, but let's see if we can get there. Take care.